Bada boom, bada bang, bitch. Oh, would you look at me again? Period. Back at it again with another video. 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 My face getting chunky. For real. I need to get back to the gym. You can start to see it all in my face. But anyways, this time for this video, I did take my notes. So when you see me looking at this phone, I am looking at the notes that I took so I can keep myself on track so I don't forget anything that needs to be spoken in this video. So without further ado, let's get straight into this, straight jump into Mr. Cathy ass. And let me just say, I think one of the reasons why I like mine with a little silverback energy is because I have some of that shit in me. Because when he be doing that shit of that subtweet and throwing messages out in the air, it'd be like, motherfucker, at me. That should be like, you don't know how much that shit irks and drives me, where I really have to like calm down because I be wanting to spaz out, because it's like, stop doing that beating around the bush type subtweet shit. But what allows me to be able to calm down and like get myself together is realizing he does that because of who he is. And I feel like the universe, that's what they remind me. They was like, although, yeah, but at the same time, it's a reason why he does it like that. So I put that into perspective. It allows me to like not take it so personal, because it's like, okay, fuck, I understand at that point, you know what I'm saying? But that shit do be driving me. So starting off, ain't nothing misunderstood about you, bro. First of all, you cannot continue to gaslight me anymore like how you got me the last time. That emotional manipulation you cannot do. The fact of the matter was, I did not misunderstand you and you understand. No, it's the case where you misunderstood me and now you understand. So that gaslighting shit of trying to make it seem like where I just don't understand you, no, that's not the case. Because when have you ever came to me and cleared anything up about any situation? Never. You allowed me to believe whatever it was that you were portraying. So it's nothing misunderstood. I seen what I needed to see and I took it as what it is. And if I took it in the wrong way, when did you come and give me any clarity? Never. So therefore you allow me to think what it is that I think in the first place. And so ain't nothing about you misunderstood, baby. I was the one that was misunderstood, and now you're understanding and seeing now. Because the fact of the matter is that wealth that you portray in a materialistic way, that's the wealth and that's the value of the wealth that I hold within myself inwardly. Which is why we're on two different total mindsets, two different total pages, because you wanted money, whereas I want some real shit, some real love. So it's like, one, I feel as though you didn't know that I knew two things, which is one, Dazior is your side piece. Because just how Corinne kept popping up on my Instagram and in my energy, she was doing the same shit. And I kept saying, why is this shit happening? Especially every time when I start to mention certain stuff with you, it's like she was in that bitch heavy. And I'm like, it's giving me the same type of energy where y'all have to have some type of dealings for a motherfucker to be this deep in my energy like this. So I'm pretty sure that's exactly what it was, that was one of your side pieces. So it's like, see, I feel as though you had, because Corinne is obviously the main one. That's the one that everybody knows about. And then you got a couple of side pieces. But I feel as though you had Corinne in a fucking chokehold. And it was like, you had her so much in a chokehold because I had your ass in a chokehold, which is why she was trying to prove who she was to you. But it's like, not only did she try to prove that to you, she trying to keep up with me to make sure that I'm seeing that she's on my level and my equal. So therefore, it's like she's trying to prove that to me as well. So then it's like, that was a motive all in to try to gain that attention back. Is like I tweeted earlier, that attention, and I got tweeted on her page. She deleted that comment. That attention been gone, Cherry. So it's like she trying to get that attention back, which is why you trying to find whatever it is that his attention is on currently and compare yourself to it to show, oh, I'm just like what it is that you currently focused on in the first place. So bring your attention back over here. Obviously it ain't working, but okay. So anyways, we move on to and then, like I said in this note, I'm like, Corinne wasn't the only one. It must have been you shorting your attention with Dabs Dior as well for her to be that deep in my energy as well. Now, she wasn't trying to prove how Corinne was trying to prove, but you still peeping and watching to see who the fuck I am. So it's like, you must have retracted your energy from a lot of them hoes for motherfuckers to come up in my energy to try to see who the fuck I am and try to prove that they on the same level as me. So I can't be wrong about the situation. Like I said, motherfuckers think I be crazy and willy-nilly, but time always reveals what the fuck was spoken. So we will see. So anyways, the next thing I felt like you didn't know is that I love myself the way that I do. I felt like you thought that I was like the hoes that you currently have who run after you and make you the prize. But it's like, with me, I'm not about to give all the effort and have somebody try to dog me. I keep saying I like that 50-50 effort. Yes, I will show you that I like you, because why would I treat a person bad who I like? That's weird as fuck. If I like you, I'm gonna show you that. I'm gonna give you compliments. I'm gonna uplift you. I'm gonna speak life into you. I'm gonna pour into you. I'm gonna wanna spend time with you. I'm gonna wanna buy gifts for you. Like, I'm gonna wanna do things for you. That's what you do when you like a person. That's how you show them that you care. That's how you show them the effort that you're putting in. When that shit is taken for granted and it's not given back, that's when it's retracted, and that's when it's no longer given, because it's like, at the end of the day, you aren't the only one that's the prize. You need to begin to put in the effort and reciprocate it back, because why is it that your attention was grasped in the first place? Why do you like me in the first place? That shit needs to be shown, not just me putting in an effort to show what it is that I like about you and uplift you and boost your ego while you just sit there and do no work and just stare and make it seem like that's enough. See, for me, it has to be a both equal give and take. And a financial equal give and take, that's not an equal give and take to me, because that's basically you just paying off your hoes for a service that they done. There's no pouring into on that side, you know what I'm saying? So it's just a pass off, basically. So I'm not about to chase after you. You thought that's what that was? No, hell no. Anyways, the next point I was going on to is the reason why I said that about the the silverback energy is because, see, I wanted to be on a type of time, and every time you do that subtweet sneak dish shit, when I know you responding back to me, I be wanting to step into the type of time where it's like, go ahead, let Corinne be a grown ass woman, because I'm about to speak your language and step in my Memphis shit and whip your ass like a pimp with these comebacks, because I get so fucking sick of your ass. It's like, it's crazy. And I put that at the end of it, how the tables turn when you made that comment of how I first got your attention, of how some people deserve to be humble even though you still with that fucking girl. And look how your ass deserves to get humble and getting your ass tossed up, but you keep putting on. And it's weird because the universe allowed me to see with your ass, although you put on such a hard ass nonchalant front, like you don't care, that's when it's known that you care greatly. So the fact of the matter that how you went about this whole situation with posting and trying to make it seem like, oh, all you give a fuck about is the money, you so misunderstood, fuck them, yada, yada, yada. Boy, you care greatly about my ass. And you already admitted that shit when I tweeted what I tweeted, and you came back and was like, yeah, and I said you was a good actor, you play your role, because I said the first time about you with that nonchalant shit, but how shit, but how you really got deep feelings, and the universe revealed that to me, and you confirmed that shit, and I was like, you such a good actor, and you was like, man, somebody need to cast me in my No, you was like, I'm gonna start doing my own movies since nobody wanna cast me in their own. That already lets me know you saw what the fuck I said and you agreed to that shit, you damn self. That's why you said what you said in that little tweet. That should be irking me, but it's like, I understand. I gotta just keep reminding myself it's because of who you are. That's why because you it's not the fact that you're not responding, and that's what the universe always reminds me. He be responding, he comes back with it every time, but it's just the fact of who he is to the world is the reason why he moves with messaging and throwing messages out there like that. So it's like, okay, I give him that shit, the fuck. But anyways, I wanted to be on that type of timing with you, but it was like the universe was like, let this be the last time addressing the situation, addressing him, because they had keep reminding me what they already told me, you are not going to let up. Like I said, when I tapped in before and previously asked them, would you ever let up? And they said no. And that shit's being shown, like it's being proven. So it's like, I already knew it. Why give my time and energy to it when that's something that's already been revealed to me? So it's like, address this shit, let that shit be it. Don't keep feeding and fueling into this energy, because he's stirring that up to get your attention, to get you back to him in the first place, just like Corinne doing with So anyways, we moving on to the next part. Like I said, ain't nothing misunderstood about you. You never came forward and clarified anything. You never came forward and said, no, this is who I am. Whatever you were seeing me portray, that's not. You never came forward and opened your mouth. So whatever was a misunderstood is what you wanted me to perceive about you. So then with that, why wasn't, when I said about accepting the challenge, that shit wasn't accepted, nothing like that. All you did was talk about how you was betrayed yet again, and God was the only one that got your back, and God was the only one that had your side. And then you was like, started posting all of the pictures of the material stuff and throwing the middle fingers up, F them. I already know what the fuck that means. So it's like, if you really are nonchalant, you really don't care, you really have your focus somewhere else, why is it that you posted up but still seeking and watch? Because I know you watched that video. That's why you posted that misunderstood, but I understand. So if you feel as though you're misunderstood and I just don't get it, and then you feel as though, oh, fuck them, yada, 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 what you still watching and seeking for? That's what the fuck I don't understand. What are you still watching for? Because if that's the case, I'm not checking for your ass. It's like, at that point, it's like, okay, yeah, you tripping. Obviously, it's a miscommunication. Obviously, it's a different line. I'm gonna just let you go ahead on about your business and carry on about my way. I'm not checking for you no more, like I did with your boy at first. But you gaslighting me, so let me just finish what the fuck I want to finish. So, like I said, what are you still seeking for in the first place if it's such fuck them and I'm so misunderstood and yada yada yada? Like, that shit don't make sense to me. Then it's the fact of the matter is, you fail to realize with how motherfuckers keep coming and peeping and watching and trying to compete and size up. Why would I ever want to place myself to be with a person where I feel as though my position is threatened, my spot will get taken, I have to compete for attention, I have to be naggy, I have to be needy, I have to throw myself out there to this individual to get this individual attention and make sure I keep this individual attention. Like, that shit just seems so desperate and so needed to me. I would never do that shit. The way I get motherfuckers, baby, please, like, be for real. The nigga told me at work the other day, he was like, man, you look like you could pull 10, 15 hoes. I do be pulling motherfuckers, but the fact of the matter is I could catch them all day long, but do I want this catch? If not, I will throw your ass right the fuck back. I've never had a problem getting dudes. Since a child, I've been pulling motherfuckers since I was young as fuck. So it's like, I already know what the caliber of my looks before even motherfuckers get to know me, just how I am off rip. it's always the face and the shape that I notice that they gravitate towards, and it's specifically the eyes and the smile, and obviously the shape the ass. So it's like I already know the type of caliber that I have to be able to get what the fuck I want. I always get what I want. So yeah, I know I can pull them, but like I said, is this catch worthy? Is it valuable enough for me to keep? If not, I'm throwing your ass right the fuck back. I give a fuck how much I could pull, who, what, when, where. Everything ain't worth keeping. Everything ain't worth valuing. Everything ain't worth always stunting and showing off. It's like you gotta know what's worth keeping, and you gotta know what's worth throwing that shit right the fuck back. So then, if I'm already receiving this type of energy from you, and like I said the other day, there was a couple guys at work who wanted to talk to me, and I'm receiving a different type of energy from them, whereas they're showing love, they're showing affection, they want to spend time with me, they want my attention just from me off rip. Why the fuck would I ever give you that opportunity over them? I don't have to fight and compete for their attention. I'm getting that shit off rip. Whereas with your ass, you want somebody to throw themselves out there. I'm not about to do that with you. So you could go ahead about your business and go get that shit from the ones who you continuously already was getting that shit from. Not from me. Like, no, the fuck. So speaking of that guy, I was like, I think he reflected y'all too. In two different ways, the universe allowed me to see different things. So I felt as though he reflected you in a way. It started off, I was at work and he had came up to me, he wanted a hug, he was grabbing all on me, and then he told me, he was like, give me a kiss. And I was like, something in me was like, no, like, I don't know you like that, like, let's just get to know each other, start off cool, or whatever the case may be, and we'll get into all of that. Why at lunchtime I went, because I was supposed to go talk to him for a little minute. I went in the area that he told me he was going to be in, and I saw him talking to a girl that he must already been talking to. I'm not sure if they was together or not. But I hadn't already peeped that shit and put two and two together, because one, that girl kept fucking watching me, and I kept noticing that when I go outside, she come out there, peep her head out there, look where I'm at. When I'm on certain lines, she right there. When I'm in a certain area, she right there. When I'm about to lock, she is like... Okay. Then not only that, when the day when, you know, he had got my number and everything, he had said bye to me when we was clocking out. So at the end of our shift, when we was all leaving, one of his friends saw him say bye, and I heard the friend make the comment, "Oh, you a busy man." I already know what the fuck that means. So bam, I'm like, okay. So then when we was texting, he asked me, he was like, man, why are you single? And I was like, because, dudes, I don't like toxic shit. He was like, LOL. And I was like, bro, you must be toxic for you to respond like that. And I forgot what his response back was. But it was like at each instance, the universe kept trying to point out, you see that? You see the flag? Like, you notice that you paid attention? Every time I'm like, yeah, LOL. So when that happened and I saw the girl, I'm like, this just confirmed what I was already sensing. And I'm like, he was texting me and he was like, I'm so sorry that all of this happened. And I'm like, you don't have to be sorry. It's like, first of all, I barely even got to know you. It was like this shit happened the next day. So it was like, bam, let me show you why I don't talk to this one. The universe cut that shit quick. So it was like what I was already sensing, it was confirmed. And then I was like, I told him about the different things that I seen, you know, about her watching me, about his response, about what the friend said. And I was like, I was already peeping all of that and putting two and two together. So that's why it wasn't such a big shock, because it was like, yep, I already knew it. I just needed the action to be played out to give me that confirmation. So that's what I told him. I was like, I'm not tripping. You don't have to be so, you know, apologetic. Like I said, we barely was getting to even know each other. Like, we barely got to even know each other. This shit just kicked off and started, but the universe showed me, let me show you why not to continue it. So then we move on to, oh, I said that as he reflected you in that case, because that is how your energy is given. As if this was something that you didn't want, but because of something that you was already caught up in, it allowed you to get held back. You allowed yourself to get held back by it, but you have such a remorseful energy. But because of your emotional immaturity and how you don't process shit and you just hold on to it and try to act like you so nonchalant, you don't know how to communicate effectively how remorseful that you are for allowing this shit to play out. But that's really how you feel deep inside, is what I believe. Is like, I'm sorry that this shit happened. It's basically, that's exactly what he said, and I feel like that's exactly how you feel. But it's like, at the end of the day, I feel like you already had your escape route. Because the fact of the matter is, when you commented on how I got your attention in the first place, and that's what I always said, the reason why I gave you grace, and that's actually my next point, is because you versus everybody else, you did not misjudge me. Especially with my gifts, you didn't misjudge me when I first spoke out on you and your situation. Like I said, you accepted that shit and commented instantly and was like, some people deserve to be humble, although you still with that fucking girl. But it's like, you took that shit up, you accepted it, and I know that's what got you moving forward. That's how your attention been kept from that moment ever since then. And it's like, you remind me of Paul, whereas y'all saw something that y'all was so captivated and so captured by, and y'all felt like this shit was the best for you. But all of a sudden, when you get to a certain point of vulnerability, or a certain point of where now you have to step up, now you have to change, now you have to make a difference, now you have to stop your old ways, shit turns. And I noticed that. It's like y'all were going good until it came to a point where you really had to sacrifice your old ways, specifically that player shit. And that's when it was like, y'all grinded the gears and turned that shit to try to get me to change, so therefore you can still keep me and I accept y'all ways, so therefore y'all don't have to change. It's like, fuck no. If I put in the effort to change and consistently elevate and uplift myself to my highest, why the fuck would I allow somebody to settle and stay stuck? And why would I want to be with that person when I know I'm consistently trying to go to my highest self, but I'm gonna allow you to keep me stuck? It's like, I'm giving you control over me. I'm willingly giving up my freedom. You got me fucked up. No. So then it was like I said, I gave you grace, because unlike everybody else, you were the only person who did not misjudge me or who did not talk shit about me off rip. You accepted that shit. It's like you opened your arms to me off rip. That's the same thing with Paul. He opened his arms to me off rip, and it's like, that's how that connection happened like that. But then, like I said, when it came down to a point to where y'all seeing like this is real shit, you would really have to change your ways to be able to continue to pursue this. That's when that shit flipped, and you was like, nah, like, I still want to be a playboy, like I still want to do me. So it's like, let me try to grind your gears to get you and shape you into the female that I want you to be acceptable for me in my current condition and needs. It's like, no, girl, get the fuck in. So then, that's why I say, how you tweeted that shit about, oh, how some people deserve to be humble, yet you still with her. How you on my ass right now, I understand. You deserve to be humble. That's literally how I feel about you. How you felt about that girl deserving to be humble, you deserve to be humble. And that's why I said, look how the tables have turned, bro. Because so you said that in the beginning, and that's how this shit started out between me and you. And it's crazy how I'm feeling like this in the end, and it's how this shit is ended between me and you. So not only that, it's like the fact of the matter that you think you would ever get any grace or pass another opportunity from me, when, although I did allow the shit to happen, you gaslighted me out of that shit with that nigga. So it's like, if you think I'm not about to get my lick back from that shit, boy, you got another thing coming. So it's not no situation where I'll ever look and see. And that's another thing, like, you came back with that misunderstood shit, but I understand. I literally said in that video, so it's like, what the fuck was you listening to? I'm not the type of person to gravitate back towards somebody who then already played in my face, and now you want to show emotions and signs after I'm gone after the situation. I already said how like I take up that mindset. So why did you feel like that shit would work again? Like, that's what the fuck I don't understand. But it's like the fact of the matter that, one, because I allowed you to gaslight me, I'm handling the responsibility on my end, and I don't want to say I'm giving my ass discipline, but that's low-key what it feels like. But it's like, I will acknowledge your part as well. It's like, yeah, I allowed the shit to happen, but you initiated that act, so I'm not about to take that shit lightly. Like, I'm gonna get my lick back from you trying to gaslight me from that nigga. Because just like how Corinne be gaslighting your ass from me, because that attention is gone, you did that same fucking shit because my attention was going off your ass and given to that man. But it's like, bro, at the end of the day, once you fail to realize that nigga was first before you, and it's like, regardless of what the fuck I say, how I be aggravated, how I be frustrated, that'd be another thing. I don't give a fuck. I be feeling as if I can express my shit about him, but nobody else can. So it's like, still at the end of the day, everybody else mind who the fuck you speak on. But it's like, regardless of, you can't always go, and even though I don't really give a fuck about these people. Moneybagg Yo was right when he was like, you gotta know the difference between the internet shit versus real life shit, and that's so true. You can't always go based on what somebody is saying or expressing about their emotions at the time, especially because emotions change. So like I said, yeah, I be frustrated, and I just be frustrated of this whole fucking journey because y'all don't understand literally how this shit has been concerning this motherfucker. So I just be frustrated with the overall process. But deep down at the end of the day, I still do not play about that man. So it's like, for me to allow that shit and not to be able to get my lick back, speak on it, just let it bygones be bygones, I don't know, that shit just, it doesn't sit right with me. So it's like, nah, one, I gotta get my lick back. Cause like I said, two, he was already here. He was here before you. And it's crazy, like I said, I get what I want. I manifested both of you motherfuckers. Cause I always said, and that's why the universe is teaching me as a divine being, because of the powers I hold, and when I speak, certain things comes to fruition, I need to be able to speak precisely and clearly exactly what the fuck it is that I want, because I will get simply what I'm asking for. Because specifically with your ass, I always said, please let me experience just a vibe with him, because I know he is a little fun. And that is exactly what the fuck they gave me and allowed me to experience. That's why I said in the previous videos, like, they was like, all right, playtime's over, game's over, it's time for you to get serious and go on the path that we have for you. So the very fact of the matter of what my heart was desiring to be able to experience with you, they allowed me that shit. The universe give me what I want because of how tapped in I am with them. And I'm gonna get into that part as well, because there's something behind that people like to judge and mistalk about, but they don't understand the depth behind that shit either. But anyways, like I said, that man was here first. That's the one that the universe has consistently been showing me since the beginning of my journey, since I've been starting. And not only that, it's one thing that they consistently remind me of is, since a child, I prayed specifically to live a certain type of life with a certain type of man, and I prayed for a certain type of man, down to the skin tone, even the fucking dog, bro. And it's like, with this person, like I said, no matter how many times I get aggravated, that's why they still keep pushing me on the path towards him, because it's like, they remind me every time of what you asked and what you desired, because it's still a desire in my heart, I'm not gonna lie. Since you asked that shit as a child and you were so specific, and that's why I say they remind me of, as a divine being, what you want and what you ask for, your words are very important. It was like, they reminded me of back then as a child, I was so serious on what I wanted. I told them down to the skin tone I wanted, how I wanted them to treat their mama, how I wanted them to be with their character, how I wanted their dog to be, how I wanted their, like, I was breaking it down to them to the T. And that's literally, as I'm seeing this motherfucker. So it's like they reminded me again that your words have power, and whatever it is that you're asking for, you need to ask for it in the way that you truly mean it, with the specifications that you want specifically. Because like I said with your ass, like I told them, I was like, man, I don't care, let me just have just like a little vibe with him, because I know he's a good time. And that's exactly what they let me have. So when the time was up for that, that's why I said I felt that energy where it was like, okay, now we're gonna allow you to see, so you can know that this was a game and playtime is over. You had what it is that you desire. You had your little fun. We gave you what you wanted with them. Now it's time to move on to the real shit. So, moving on to the next person. I felt as if the dude reflected you in the way of the affection. And like I said, how you wanted a hug, a kiss, and was touching all on me. And I don't know if you can sense my energy or if you know that I can sense your energy, but I can sense all your energy. All fucking senses. And I'm gonna just leave that shit at that for right now. But I'm not gonna explain too much of this. I'm not gonna explain the situation at all. I'm not gonna explain details. I feel like you should get the gist of it, of what I mean from what I'm about to say. But I was never the type of person to seek permission from my family for anybody that I was dealing with. And anytime that they heard about anybody, it was never from me. It was always word of mouth from somebody else, and they couldn't stand that shit. And they hated the fact that I didn't bring anybody to them. When you see me with somebody, that's just who you see me. They hated that I didn't seek their advice about anybody. It's like, first of all, and what I put down on here, I'm grown, I got my own mind, I'm free, I'm a good judge of character, I don't limit myself. Any interaction as a learning experience, especially with people, and I know how to lead, especially me. And this is what I said I was going to address on. People feel as though my freedom is what makes me loose, radical, a dependent, needy, or undisciplined. First of all, baby, it takes great fucking discipline and structure to be able to experience freedom like this. Because what it looks like to most is never what it is to me. As I move in accordance and in alignment with the universe, they have me protected and blessed in a way that I'm able to move my life how I want to, freely, happily, and people feel as though I'm just lollygagging, moving about, doing whatever I want with no direction, no discipline, no accountability, no accord. And I put on here, as I move in accordance with the universe, they have me so fucking blessed. People see how I'm able to live my fucking life as I want, despite of talking all the bullshit about me, and see how I'm just so free. They oppose it. That's called blessings and protection, bitches. That's why I maneuver. That's why I can maneuver how I do. That's what y'all like and seek for yourselves. If I'm in alignment with the universe, I'm soaking in their energy. Therefore, the energy I'm picking up for me is theirs. That's what you seek. So the target was wrong in the first place. It shouldn't have been me. It should have been the universe all fucking rip. So then, the thing that the universe gave me to download about is when people place other gods before the highest, the realm's gonna show them every time why they shouldn't. So like they was targeting me because of my energy and just the way I carry myself and everything else. Yes, I'm a divine being. Therefore, you are placing another God before the one that I serve. So that's why y'all ass be getting tossed up with that fucking karma. Because what you see within me is not for you to put me on a pedestal. And people fail to realize acknowledgement and admiration isn't the only pedestal. Envy, hate, greed, jealousy, that's another pedestal that you're placing that person higher than yourself. It's just negative energy that's being exuded from you. So you're placing me on a pedestal as well with that envy, that jealousy, that wanting to steal what it is that you are inspired from me in the first place. that was not the case for people to step into that energy. You see what it is that you see, and then you go to the source of where that person got that shit from, and that's how you connect, and that's the one that you make your God. But it's not the person, it's not the messenger. Let me just say that shit. Short and concise. But anyways, back to it. So then, whoever they saw me with, they knew their opinions didn't matter. And then they knew their opinions didn't matter because I've always been the type of, family always said that shit. I've always been the type of person to move how the fuck I want. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can say whatever you want to say, but at the end of the day, this is my life. I have to go out there and experience that shit. I have to go out there and get it. I have to go out there and do trial and error. So I'm going to go ahead and do that shit. That's what they hated, bro. And let me just continue on because I'm getting to that point. So, can't nobody choose who can satisfy me like me. And that's what I put in there. So it's two things. One, the fact that I was able to lead myself without needing their approval for leading myself. And the choices that I made in life is what grinded their gears in the first place. And that's what they felt like I was shitting on them and their authority. And that's where that disrespectful image comes in at. So then, but I thought, and I put this in my notes, I'm like, that's what they felt as though I was shitting on their authority by. But ain't that what parenting is? You pour into your seed to let it blossom. You harvest your fucking crops. Fake plants are produced under manufacturers, bitch. Replicas can always give off as close to the real thing, but they never are the real thing. So it will never compare to the real thing how y'all be thinking that it do. Second of all, they knew my attention and giving would be limited with them, and I was gonna go all in with whoever it was that I was dealing with. Cause when I fuck with you, it's real tough, bro. Like my focus is you, because obviously, like I said, and I think I tweeted this, I'm normally was the person to always be with family or to be by myself. So when you see me with somebody outside of family, even if it was just a friend, you knew that was my fucking dog. Because I'm not the type of person to just be with anybody. Like, I'm not the type of person to be just with any nigga, and I'm not the type of person to just be with any clique or anybody just to be seen. Bitch, I carry my own weight. I do not like motherfuckers who consistently show that they don't have their own fucking juice. I don't like that leech energy. So it's like that mean girl energy with let me not go back. Let me just keep on track with that mean girl energy. That's why I say I'm not that mean girl energy. Anybody that I'm hanging around, or anybody that I'm dealing with, everybody got to carry their own weight. Everybody has to have something. Everybody got to be top hitters, because it's not about to be no shit where it's like you the only top dog and everybody else either can give or can only give are partial. They can't give as much as how you give. So therefore, you taking from me more than you giving. I'm not the source. Like, that's what I keep saying. Like, I'm not the source for every fucking body, bro. I'm the source of myself. You need to get that shit on your fucking own. Whatever you see in me and that you are so inspired by, dig in yourself, get in tune with your higher self, and get that shit for yourself. So that way you can come up just like that. It's like, man, I don't want nobody around me who ain't even on my fucking level. Friend, foe, I don't know why I said foe, girls. Friend, lover, whatever the case may be. So it's like, I would never want to surround myself with bitches who feel like they gotta look up to me. It's like, no, everyone in my friend group has something going on for themselves. Like, I can't do that. Like, that mean girl jock energy where you need motherfuckers around you who are lower than you to boost you up as the woman or as the man. It's like, no, I boost myself up with that by the way that I move with my life on my own accord. I already know who the fuck I am. Anybody around me needs to come with that same energy. We all are the women in the group. the man that I'm gonna be with, like, I'm have that energy where I'm the woman. He has to have that energy where he is the man. Like, I'm not pulling off for you and you not pulling off for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you gotta match my speed, bro. Or else, like I said, I could catch him all day, but I will toss your ass right the fuck back. Cause I'm not just looking for no anything just to claim a bunch of trophies just to say that I had to show off. No. Who am I showing off to? Nobody. And that's the thing. I'm not showing off to nobody. And I feel like the thing of the matter is when people get so caught up on, especially Mr. Khaki, they feel as though me showing how I will let it be shown how I don't give a fuck and how I will continue to throw that shit in your face and how I will continue to maneuver on and not give a fuck about you or look back. People take that up as, oh, I'm throwing it out there to get your attention. The shit that he is doing to me, he feels as though I'm doing that shit back to him. But it's like, no, I'm literally trying to show you, boy, it's fuck you, and I'm not looking back, and I will continue to let it be shown how I don't give a fuck. So whatever it is that you feel like you gotta reciprocate to me because you so deep in your feelings and I'm giving as if fuck you, you gotta give that shit back to me. This ain't no act with me, baby. I'm letting it be known that this is real thorough. When I get to that point, it is for a specific reason. Because like I said, baby, I came back to your ass and gave you the opportunity and allowed, and you did not take it. So therefore, now that I'm showing you that energy where it's fuck you and I could give a, like, I'm literally not even paying attention to your ass no more. I saw that shit on my YouTube. That's how I know when certain shit is made to grasp my attention. So it's like, take the signs for what it is. That's why I said, man, I've been trying to be so polite with your ass, but it's like you keep on. And the universe consistently reminds me just to not acknowledge it because they already let me know you was not going to let up. But it's like, bro, begin to tread lightly, please. The fuck? Anyways, back to my next. So concerning this individual, I was like, it's crazy because in 2024, I made a video speaking about the situation with his baby mama and his child, but something in me kept telling me to delete the video. I tweeted specifically about the energy of his mother and his sister. Something in me kept telling me to delete those tweets. And I also tweeted how I felt like him and his brother were currently gossiping about me and watching my tweets. Something in me told me to delete that as well. And the universe is like, because all of that shit is currently going on now. And the universe is like, that is the gift of premonition. But because I be so in alignment with them, I fail to realize sometimes that this is things that are to come, and I take it up as this is what it is currently, which is why I was always ahead of the timeline than him, because I'm already in alignment with them. So therefore, it's like I'm already on the path that they have for me. So it's like, okay, what's my next mission? Where do we keep going? It's like, that's why I'm able to keep going, because I'm never out of fucking alignment with them. So therefore, it's why I always have a hard time waiting on others to get on board and to get on path, because it takes for them to get up out of whatever type of path and structure they were in and to get into alignment, which is on the same speed that I'm on. Whereas with me, I don't have to get up out of nothing. I'm on alignment, I'm in alignment, I will continue on alignment, I'm already here, which is why I have a hard time waiting on others to get their shit together. So the universe gave me that download. It was like, everything that you thought back in 2024 that's actually happening now with this man and his people, we were allowing you to see, just like how we told you previously with the dreams and everything else of this will come with this person, and you understood that this was for a future situation, which is how you're able to speak so freely about this shit without feeling as though people call you crazy or whatever the case may be. It's like, no, you always believe what it is that we show you, and you walk out on faith, and that's why we carry you and we don't play about you the way that we have it operated. So it's like everything that I thought was going back on in 2024 is now taking place. So it's like the universe had to remind me of, this is the gift of premonition. And it's like certain gifts you can't get too caught up in. It's like they gotta, certain things they back me up away from and allow me to see and experience certain situations to be able to know how to handle myself on this realm as a divine being. So with that, the first thing that I the first thing, like I said, I made a video speaking out about your baby mama and your child specifically. And in that video, I put in there, because I will never forget, I'm never fucking getting married, so a bitch need to stop asking. So a bitch need to stop asking. Baby, she must have grinded your fucking gears that day for you to speak out and post that shit. But because you said that shit and I never forgot that shit, it allowed me to be able to see one, that's how I know that's not real love with that boy that she currently married to. It was rushed to try to prove that she deserved to be wifed up because you didn't want to acknowledge that shit. And then two, she tried to get a lookalike of you that she thought would be your best replica, but she knew that it wouldn't add up to the real thing, especially financially and probably the way your dick be hitting. Because like I said, how you be in my energy, that's why I don't know why you feel as though you gotta be so shy or so timid and all of that. Because baby, the way you be in my energy, Mr. Please, is it thumping or is it thumping? Like, come on, be for real. So I know definitely with those two aspects is like, it ain't even close to you how she wanted to be, which is why, leading me into the third point, I'm pretty sure something about child support she was hitting your ass with. And I do believe, regardless, that you love your child, but I do believe strongly like that this shit has never shook me that she did that shit with a fucking motive to trap your ass. Because it's given, if she was pressing you for marriage like that in the first place, she thought she had you locked in and secured. The family image she is portraying currently, she thought she had that secured in the bag with your ass. And like I stated previously before, you crushed her fucking ego with whatever move you did. I don't know what happened with that situation, but obviously some shit must have happened because let me just continue on. Because I'm gonna get into it. Like I said, she's a nice looking girl, but she has no substance. And I think that's one thing that always turned me off with your ass, especially with the most recent one that I found out that you was dealing with. It's like the type of man of your caliber and your essence, because I know you got a little thug to you. Why do you like such basic ass bitches? I understand you may not want what you used to in Cleveland, because like I said, everybody in Ohio said anything coming out of Cleveland is nothing but ratchets. So I understand you may not want to deal with that type of energy. Okay, cool. But these two hoes, this basic ass shit is like, bro, that shit is such a turn off with you, because it's like, that's that energy that you continue to settle for less than what you deserve. And it's just like, as a man of your caliber, how do you think that shit is oh fucking K? It's not. So then moving on to the next point. There is no depth to her. So it's like she's trying to replenish that with beauty and attraction. Because one thing I just cannot understand, I spoke on this before, and I'm going to say it again. I give a fuck who got anything to say about it. How is it that your child goes from wearing diamond earrings that I'm pretty sure you got her ass, to having such a glow, to nice ass clothes, to always looking presentable, top tier, to where it looked like after that, after whatever happened between you two, she had that girl looking like Payless shit. And the glow was starting to die down. Now the diamond earrings, she ain't wearing earrings no more, but yet you on your Instagram trying to post and make it seem as if you always have yourself all together, all angles on point, all clothes, accessories all together. You trying to have this glow and this essence about yourself and give off this energy, a certain vibe, as if you carry a little weight. I don't understand that shit. So it's like, man, concerning the matters of your child, I did return them clothes, because I felt like what the universe told me is, when it comes to Soraya, the fact of me speaking out was not me to take up the role concerning that child. That was for you to do what the fuck you needed to do concerning your own child. So it's like, I'm not about to overstep my boundaries. That's not for me to take that up. That's not my place. So it's just like, I'm not about to overstep my boundaries with that. So I just totally released that situation, just like I released your mother. So it's like, with that, one person cannot say that they care and love for their child when the energy is really being seen of how you maneuvered in the first place. Why did you have the child in the first place with this specific individual? Why was you pressing this man for a certain type of arrangement in the first place? Why was this marriage with this other motherfucker rushed? You claim you knew him, but all of that shit. If you knew him for so long, why didn't you go with him to create that family in the first place? If you claim that was your best friend, she came to you. And when it didn't work out with you, she went back to him. So what the fuck that tell you? Be for real, bro. So then, besides her ass, I made that video, but I deleted it back in 2024. In 2024, I tweeted about the energy I kept feeling from your fucking mother and your sister, and I deleted it. And it was like I kept sensing an energy of disapproval from those two. And I tweeted last year about how I thought I was tripping, but I guess not, because I'm saying this shit again. But I kept sensing like that fucking snooty energy, but yet a hidden insecurity behind it. And I felt as if I have never felt such energy from women before, where they felt as if they had to compete for their place concerning a family member. So it's like, I'm not gonna speak too much on them too, because I already called your mama out, and I feel like calling you and her out, that's enough. But it's just like, at the end of the day, certain things do have to be said. So it's like, if that was the case, the ones who have so much disapproval, why is it that the way that I was talking to you and uplifting you, they couldn't talk to you like this so that you can keep that attention and security on them? It's crazy, because the universe gave me the download. When they feel as if their security is threatened, especially with a family member, when you know your spot should always be secured, that should tell you what the underlying motives is, bitch. So you should know, no matter what, this is your people. And if you have really been there and really had their back, you would have no fucking worries. So, and I said, I give a fuck what nobody say. The way I showed up for you shook a lot of motherfuckers up. Even Mr. Kathy, baby. That's why he talked that shit about you get playing around and get a little bit. The fuck. So it's like, with that, it's giving me the fact of the matter that they're so. And like I said, with all of this, I can't be wrong, but like I said, baby, time always tells I never been. All right, it's never been too far off. The way that I came and was speaking to you and was uplifting you, the motherfuckers, they hadn't even done that shit their own selves, is what it's given. Because at the end of the day, if they had, like I said in my previous video, if your mama was uplifting you and raising you in that image, you would already be in that image as a fucking man and fully confident in carrying that shit out, not just stepping into it. If your sister really was your bestie, how she so fucking claimed, and really had your back, how she so fucking claimed, you would already be in a certain type of energy, already feeling secure. You wouldn't even have to post shit on your Instagram about people asking you for money, even fucking family. Man, be for real. Like, be for real. So anyways, moving on to the next point. The universe always reminds me that no matter how much I get aggravated with you, no matter how much I feel as though, oh, I just don't want to do this shit, I just want to kick your ass to the curb, to the rocks, whatever the case may be, they always remind me, it's so much love in my soul for you, because my soul recognizes you. Out of all of the people who I've been through shit with, I've experienced shit with, who I've met, you are the only person who I always says, if this man just gets on his path, I will be fine. You ain't got to be with me. You ain't got to like me. You ain't got to acknowledge me. Just get on your path. Like, just please. That's what I always say. I give a fuck about anybody else. Like I said, if you've been paying attention and really, truly listening, family, friends, and all of that shit, where the fuck are they at? Not here with me. And I'm not looking and I'm not seeking, and I give a fuck about which path they care to take. With you, I feel like because of so much potential I see in you, it feel like it's my fucking duty. That's why I feel like I be so, because it's like, bro, out of any fucking body who could get this shit together and just just please, like, it be with your ass. Like, for some reason, I feel like that should be my duty where I just cannot let up. And I think that's why I come off defensive and so upset and so pissed with you the way that I do, because it's like, bro, I be feeling like a teacher, to be honest, because it's like I do give off guidance, I do give advice, I do give downloads that the universe speaks to me. Whoever picks it up, picks it up. Whoever doesn't, doesn't. But you know how as a teacher, you know it's just those certain students where it's like, all of these, I could care less. Like, yeah, I'm teaching you. Yeah, I want you to do your best. But if you're not putting in the effort, okay, cool. But you, like, I know. Come on now. Work with me. Like, that's how that should be feeling with your ass. So then, moving on to the next point. I don't know. I don't know if it be the lip gloss or what. But I don't know. Every time I feel like if it be I be talking too much or I'm gonna put on too much lip gloss. But you can see that, I don't know. I mean, like, what the fuck? What is that? But anyways, I lost my fucking, I lost my spot. Okay, I said that. Oh yeah, and I was like, man, you haven't even reached your fucking prime yet. Everything, that's why I said, bro, that's why it be pissing me off so much, because of the people that you're surrounded by think that you are at the high of your life. When you got to where you got, they thought that that was just it, and it's not. It's so much more there in store for you, and for you to be surrounded by people who want you to be stuck in that energy of just thinking that right now what you have is it, you're at your best, you're at your highest. Fuck no. And it's like, you haven't even reached your prime yet, not with your career, not with who you are, not with your finances, not with what you want to achieve, not with your happiness, not with love. You haven't reached your prime whatsoever. What anybody seen you do as far as your career, baby, that's just a little appetizer, because you keep holding yourself back. Like I said, in this note, I was like, I be wanting to choke your ass sometimes, because it's like, why are you settling? It's as if you're afraid to stunt on motherfuckers, because you know, I feel as though you already know how you can come, but you are afraid to show that confidence to others, because it's like you already know the type of greatness you bestow within yourself. Who gives a fuck? That's you. Like, why would you allow yourself to be limited and set back to appease other motherfuckers? And that has always been my problem with you, because that's the energy that you give off. You care too much about others to a certain point where it detriments you, and that shit pisses me off greatly, because it's like, the fact of the matter, I know the type of caliber that you are and how you come, and I feel like you are a solid ass individual where you come heavy behind motherfuckers. So why would you allow yourself, when you know how you carry your weight concerning people, to let people get you so fucking caught up and held back and so emotionally manipulated that you stop your happiness and your freedom to appease them, when you know how you would show up for them? If they cannot give you the proper treatment and respect that you deserve to be able to receive what the fuck it is that they want, don't settle and limit yourself to satisfy them just to appease them and give them what the fuck they want. Because that's what you did with your baby mama. That's what you did with your mom. That's what you did with your sister. That's what you did with them niggas who you call your fucking brothers. You keep allowing yourself to downplay yourself to put other people before you. And I understand that, because I did that shit with myself, my family, exes, friends, all of that shit. That's why I'm able to see you the way I'm able to see you, unlike any others. And I always say, when the universe first spoke to me about you, it was two differences. I saw what you was posting on your social media, that thug ass, hard body ass shit, and I really didn't give a fuck about that shit. But then when they kept telling me to keep scrolling, it was like, just keep scrolling, keep scrolling. And I saw a video where you was talking and sitting down, and I was like, man, this seems like such a genuine ass. When I tell you, it was two totally different energies, that I seen from you, I was like, this shit is fucking crazy. If it's any energy that I would want to get to know, it's the one that I seen in the video of such genuine and such humbleness. And I feel like what the universe allowed me to know about it is that's who you are on both ends. The one that you was portraying, the one that I didn't really care for, and the one that I seen in the video, that's who you are. The reason why I'm able to see that genuine side of you is because I feel like when it comes to certain people, only certain people can get that soft spot out of you. You may be able to get everybody else to see you as this hard body ass tough man, and I'm not saying that's you putting on an act, because the universe is allowing me to know that is you. That's who you are. That's not an act. That's you. The reason why I'm able to see you in a different light is because of the soft spot that you have for me. I'm not crazy. I'm not fucking crazy. Just how I had that shit for you, how no matter what I say and no matter how many times I get aggravated, I still work through what I need to allow that opportunity and space for you, for the universe to be able to do what they need to do. That's the soft spot that I have for you. That's why I'm able to allow. That's why they're able to always get me to work through what I need to work through, because of that soft spot that I have for you. It's tit for tat. I already know that. That's why I say I don't understand why y'all niggas be trying to act so nonchalant. Because I be knowing, I fucking know. Why you be trying to hide behind the case? Why you try to wait and drag your feet? You could keep dragging your feet on me, baby, but I will guarantee you will lose that opportunity. I'm not playing that shit. I'm sick of that shit. Speak. Get the fuck from around. Stop all that dragging your feet. Like, I can't stand that fucking shit, bitch. If I'm able to go out, handle my shit, take what the fuck I want as a man, do the same fucking thing. Not just come with it about finances and basic ass bitches that y'all going thinking is making y'all the king when it's not. Look at you. Why the fuck y'all still feeling miserable, toxic, and feeling like the weight the weight of the world is on your shoulders? Obviously, it ain't too much bliss in what you've been experiencing. So don't fucking play with me. On to the next topic, baby. So, back to, like I said, the universe reminded me myself. I was always confident, but situations I endure with people, I allowed myself to get emotionally manipulated, and that's when I became insecure. Because I always said, just the other day when I was at work and I was in the bathroom and I was looking at myself and I literally said to myself, man, I'm so beautiful. I've never said that shit to myself. And it made me realize how I spoke to the universe before, and I was like, I want to begin to love myself. I want to begin to see myself as beautiful. Like, I don't want to wear makeup. I used to hate that shit because I used to hate that cakey ass feeling on my face, but I used to wear it because I felt like I was ugly as fuck and I needed something to make me feel beautiful. I used to take my pictures and videos with nothing but filters because I always felt like I was just ugly as fuck and I needed something to hide my ugliness. But I remember saying that I didn't want to take pictures or videos with any filters, and I didn't want to wear makeup. I wanted to be able to see who I was naturally and accept myself for that, be able to pose, feel confident, and feel beautiful. The universe allowed me that exact opportunity. The difference between me and these other hoes, when they feel insecure and they need an uplifting, they go towards enhancement, or they go towards material shit, or they go towards certain niggas to give them that uplifting, or they go towards sexual things to give them that uplifting to make them feel like that bitch. I went towards my healing, going deep within myself, and I learned how to love myself, which is what made me feel like that bitch. So that's the difference between me, and I feel like not just females, people on this planet in general, especially you men. Men always feel like having finances and having money and being seen as that nigga, having a certain spotlight and a certain image is what makes them the man, when they are deeply insecure, and that's such a bullshit ass lie and such a fucking myth. That's why Mr. Cathy can't have his way with me the way that he thought, because we're on two different mindsets. The shit that he values, I would never place that shit above me. So it's like, first of all, when you fail to see me for how I move and what are my beliefs, and you continue to try to calculate shit and tactics based off what you believe, you will always fail. Because like I said, any experience is a learning experience. Like I said, with the game of chess, I learned early on that it's not about attacking your opponent. It's about getting in tune with you and your environment, learning yourself so that you can always know how to have the advantage over the enemy. Like I said, I love being taken for granted, because while people are only having this one focus on you and they're not considering the other thing, that's how you're able to pay attention to them, and not only that, be able to show them other aspects that they weren't even considering that you had. So it's like, one thing about it, the universe allowed me to see is that I don't mind going into battle. Like I said, I don't duck no fucking smoke. I don't mind going into battle because it's not about a mindset of, oh, I need to win, I need to win, I need to win, I need to come out victorious. No, I'm going in with the mindset of what different tactics does the enemy have this time? What can I learn this time? What skill can I gain this time? So therefore, I can always be victorious. That's a good fucking girl, baby. Don't play with me. Thank you. So moving on to the next point. With that, I feel like the universe allowed me to see with the guy as well. He reflected you, because at first he was shy, but it was like with my help, I made him feel comfortable. Like I said, that's when he wanted to give me a hug. He wanted a kiss. He was feeling all up on me. He asked me about, this was all before I found out about the girl. But anyways, basically, I feel like that's what the universe was showing me about you, is that the fact that a matter of communicating or just showing up in a certain way is what helped him to calm his nerves. And I feel like that's what's being done with you. So it's like, not only that, with the download they gave me, because I always felt like, why is it that I'm feeling like I'm helping y'all, I'm guiding y'all towards how to step up to me, if that makes sense. And it's like the universe gave me a download that it takes a woman to complete a real man. And then that's the role. That's what the role low-key is. The one to step up has shown the role of a leader. Therefore, this is the man you complete. The ones who don't continue in the roles of followers, so therefore you will not be by their side to complete them. A man who steps up is a man who acknowledges that he sees his woman as well and agrees that she will complete him. That's the download that they gave me. So with all of that, I feel as though your people, the reason why your surroundings must know how you come. I already know, because the universe gave me the download. I feel it. I can sense it. I already know how you coming. The very fact that the thing of what I said I prayed for as a child, of how I wanted the person that I'll be with, you know, for my life, how I prayed for that shit specifically to the T. So I already know how you coming, because it's certain things that I wanted. So it's like the reason why your people probably act like that, your people, your partners, whoever was in disapproval talking shit, is because they know how the type of motherfucker that you is and how you coming. Something about your energy for me has always been able to get me at my most complete vulnerabilist, my complete softest, my complete open, honest, like, I don't know how to, like, my complete, like, showing my complete self. Something about your energy has always been able to get me to that point, and I think that's why I take shit so fucking personal with you. And it's like, I don't open up to nobody else, so I be feeling so fucking exposed with you, which is why I get so defensive. And then it's like, I never felt such an energy from a man before, where it's like, it made me want to be such a fucking lady. Like, yes, I do, like, I'm already in the energy now. I do feel like I have a little bit, like, I'm balanced, like male and female. But it's like with your energy, I don't know, I guess because it's like I said, your energy is very dominant. So it's always that energy where it's like, I feel as though I don't have to be dominant. It's like, man, I could take a step back and be like, whoo, and relax. So it's like, I don't know, something about your energy. You give off a very dominant energy to where, like I said, it makes a person wants to be a lady. It's like that iced tea, cocoa vibe, like that bunny jelly roll vibe, like that yes daddy vibe. So I feel like that's why I low-key just be getting, because it'd be like, ooh, You be having my ass open and I just be like, I'm too open and too out here to feel like I can let you play with me like that, you know? So then it's like, not only that, it's like something about the energy you provide makes a person want to feel beautiful for you. It's like you have a type of energy where it's like you make a person, well, let me not say, because I don't know about your past experience, but it's like you have an energy for me where it makes me want to feel beautiful for you, and it makes me want to cater to you. So I feel like that's the reason why, because of how open and how vulnerable you get me with my energy, is the reason why I may take certain things in a certain way and come off so like raw, because it's like, baby, I'm too open out here with your ass, okay? So then the last thing that I tweeted about in 2024 is I felt like you and your brother was already on my Twitter watching and tweeting it, going back. It's like y'all are doing that now because just how Insta be exposing you, Twitter exposes his ass. So I know he be on that page watching. So what I thought was already happening back in 2024 is happening now. And the reason why I thought it happened in 2024, because when everything was going on with that team and they let him go, everybody was talking shit about his ass and saying that he was trash and yada, yada, yada. Now, although I got mad with his ass and you recently, and I said something on that lines, I don't believe that shit. Because I did speak out concerning that matter, and I think I added him, and I was like, people don't actually know what's really going on with that situation, because I don't give a fuck what nobody said. That could be your dog and your friend, but Tyran is a fucking menace. And like I said before, when they started that shit about trading to get him on that team, I felt that shit deep in my spirit that would not go how people wanted it to go, especially for your ass. I said that the Saints will not be looked at as victorious. This will not give them no advantages. They about to become a sad ass team. And I said for you specifically, this is about to put a drain in your career. And long and behold, what the fuck happened? People, oh, you talking shit, you such a hater, you talking down on Tyran, you negative, yeah. And look what the fuck happened. I remember I had got into it with somebody because I'm like, the only reason why Tyran is coming back to New Orleans, because he know his time is fucking ending. He knows the only place left where he's seen as the fucking big dog is in that city. And to be honest, that shit is split 50-50. You got the ones who act just like his toxic menace ass, that think he the shit. And then you got other people who've been on about his flawed out ass, who's sick of his shit. So it's like the only reason why he's coming back to the city to join the team is not because he wanted to be no fucking Saint, not because, oh, I went to St. No, I went to LSU, let me play for somebody in New Orleans. No, it's because New Orleans is the only place where you hold reign to get a certain type of acknowledgement of a big dog after you didn't let the shit die down in the other areas that you was in. So because you are not ready to lose that energy yet, you're trying to keep and hold on to it, so you gotta go to the area where you feel like you can get it. And he sucked that shit the fuck out your ass. Regardless if that's your friend or not, I give a fuck. But I'm on that nigga ass, and like I said, the universe gonna always reveal to me what it is that I can speak out against Tyran and whip his fucking ass. Because if that girl come on my page again, I'm gonna light his ass up again. Because there should be no fucking reason why whenever I speak out against your ass, you always rush immediately to prove against what it is that I'm speaking out about you. So it's like, first of all, if you block me in the first place and you're not bothered by what I'm saying, but for some reason my words can still get to your ass the way you feel like you gotta show and prove, oh no, it ain't that, it's this. Why are you allowing my words to affect you in the first place if what I'm saying really ain't it? A bullshitter can't bullshit me, bro. They got y'all for food, but that nigga, that's why and I give a fuck about that shit with him and that girl, because at the end of the day, why your ass still looking so fucking miserable and looking like you gotta walk on eggshells around that motherfucker? Miss me, bitch. That nigga will never get a pass from me. I give a fuck. Like, no. So with that, that's the reason why I thought y'all were talking, because I had said where with that situation, the saints were going to experience their karma. So therefore, when they released him, it wasn't him getting his karma and being looked at and sat down. No, I specifically said the universe was protecting that man, because out of anybody on that team, that motherfucker has always been the one to give another one that gives such a dominant fucking energy. His energy is real solid though. He gives that energy strong offers, bitch, I'm a fucking man and you're not about to handle me no any kind of way. I'm gonna make you pay for that shit. How did he always had that with that petty T? I used to love that side of his ass though. But his energy gives that shit for real. So it's like, I felt like when he spoke out about that situation, I don't know, I just couldn't be one of those ones to go against him. I felt like what he was saying was true, which is why I felt like what the universe is saying, this is no bad energy concerning him and this is not his punishment. I felt like they removed him from that team because they were protecting him from the karma that that team was about to endure, which is to be sad ass motherfuckers. Spoke that shit to begin with. Everybody thought I was tripping like they always do, regardless of when I speak. That's why I give a fuck. That's why I'm always tapping to the universe, because it's like when anybody need to consider their tactics and their plans on how to come up against me, when people have failed me, the universe hasn't. So therefore, where do you think my belief and my trust is going to reside? Moving on to the next point. As I was writing these notes and just tapping into your energy, is like Sedasia kept popping up in my fucking energy. And just like with Mr. Kathy, when I know Corinne and Des Dior keep popping up in my energy, is giving me the energy that that's who he fooling with. So it's like for you, for her to keep popping up in my energy, and I thought that shit was so fucking weird. I'm like, what the fuck? And then it's like the universe gave me the downloads, like they gotta be fooling around with each other. This gotta be one of his little hoes or something like that. But it's like, if you thought that I was a certain type of way, baby, your secrets will never be hidden from me. Just like how you tried to hide your child. And I think that's another thing that turned me off with your ass. Is like, as a man, how you can be able to be so comfortable posting your niece and nephew as if those are your fucking children, but you never spoke a word on your child. And that's another thing that makes me feel like that girl definitely did that to be set up with a motive, because it's giving me where when you do shit like that, although you may love your child now, but when you do shit like that, you are already in the energy of where a motherfucker did some shit to try to trap your ass. So it's like your energy confirms that shit for me in the first place. But that's what used to turn me out too. It's like you posting your niece and your nephew like you so proud of them as if they're your own children, and you can't even post your own child like you such a shame. And like I said, that just confirms that energy of you know your damn self that girl did that shit to trap your ass. Which is why that relationship ain't work out how she thought it was, because what she did with a motive, you was already awakened to and wasn't about to let her have her way. So it's like, if you could put your foot down with that motherfucker while you stop with anybody else, especially niggas, that was a bitch. Come on now. So anyways, it's like, with that, how she kept popping up in my energy, and the universe is like, you like basic females. It's like, I mean, y'all are fooling around together. It's like with Tori and with her, it's like, why do you like the most basic ass females? Like, you like females who give off such an aesthetic, a certain type of vibe. And it's like, both of them are nice looking females, but it's like, man, they don't even have that certain umph. You know what I'm saying? It's like with Glock, at least his females be hitting for something. Like, they don't just be pretty females. Nah, they be a little nice. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, they have a certain umph about them. Whereas with your females, it's like they be basic from the looks to the energy. They be pretty, but they don't be hitting for they looks all the way like that. And then it's like their energy is never any substance. You could tell you always choose just aesthetic ass bitches. So I think that'd be another thing, like I said, with your baby mama. And then when I come to find out with Sedasia, it's like, why do you choose the most basic, surface ass level bitches with the type of man that you are? And that's why I said, see, with Mr. Kathy, his hoes, they weren't just pretty. They carried a little more essence beyond pretty. You know what I'm saying? And then they had a little because what I learned about him, he low-key likes his pretty and ratchet, but not too much on that ratchet side. It's like giving with a little umph. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why his ass was so That's the reason why his ass is so caught up behind me. And that's the reason why he got that girl in a fucking chokehold. Corinne like that because of the chokehold that I got on his ass. So it's like, the comparison between those two is like, man, concerning that motherfucker, he really do has a specific type that he likes. It's like, yeah, you can be nice, but you gotta come with a little you know what I'm saying? It's like, that shit be so dead and boring, and it just be like, it makes sense why there's no life being poured into you. But that's what you choose as well. So it's like, if you want something that's only for looks and that's consistently how you've been moving, that's what your life is going to be, surface. It's nothing deep, nothing more to it, even your career. And that's why your life and your career and your energy has been moving the way that it's been moving. So with that, it's like, back to Mr. Kathy, it was like, he already admitted that he had feelings, which is why I don't understand why he played himself like that. So it was like, niggas always say that, but that's what it was with him. With me, is like that good looks but serving a little and I'm not about to allow you to play a game with me just to get your thrill, to waste your time. To waste my time just so you could get your thrill. Like, no. So it was like, they always say, and that's the thing that I put, because it's like, you want to use the same tactic with me, but it's like your attention was grasped by me because I was different, right? Different from what you used to experience. So why would you not want to try the different way? You want to try the same shit. Of course it's not going to work out. That's why you failed. Niggas always say I act like a nigga, and it's because y'all match with me. I am an alpha female and y'all are alpha males. Not those people trying to promote themselves as the females are alpha females, calling themselves bad bitches and doing things to get placed in that category. Those are lower females, lower level females, and those are sewer maidens. Those are not your match. That's why when you meet me, you're like, damn, this is you act just like me, yes. Because you have actually met an alpha female, not somebody that's a sewer maiden but portrays to be more than what they are. So it's like, with me, the universe made me realize with that, this is real feline energy. So with that, I attract a lot of fucking dogs. But because of my caliber and strength, a lion is my only fucking match. So therefore, like I said, I can catch him all day. But is the catch worth it? And if not, I will throw that shit right the fuck back. Because people fail to realize I will not get sad for those who miss their opportunity. People fail to realize the blessings of being appointed as a God is when feeling high, you provide a heavenly environment. When feeling low, you let people see what hell is truly like and what it's like to be surrounded by demons. The more y'all keep trying to pry into my energy, keep reading on me, keep peeping, keep snooping, keep trying to see, the more the universe gonna keep allowing me to read the fuck out y'all ass. Because I keep saying I'm watching, I'm not allowing nobody just to backdoor sneak into my energy no more. Show up, come to the front fucking door, baby. Do not snoop around my yard, no trespassing, no fucking soliciting. Bring your ass to the front door and ring the fucking doorbell. And what it is, because why are you this much in my energy without showing up? All this fucking watching, all this fucking talking to other people, all this fucking daydreaming, all this fucking wishing and hoping on the store when you can simply act out, make a move, and get what it is that you want. You holding your own self back. So don't look for a certain type of exchange from me. I'm not about to give that shit. So when y'all keep moving in ways that makes me realize I got the fucking juice, it's no longer me showing anything of who I am to y'all. You motherfuckers got to get to work in that ass for me, baby. So that's all I had to say. Hope you guys liked the video. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Hopefully it resonated with who it needed to resonate with, touch who it needed to touch, reach in who it needed to reach. Keep you guys updated and posted. I'll see you guys in the next video. Before I forget, because I almost forgot, I will be deleting my Instagram and Twitter coming either Friday or Thursday. YouTube is going to be it from now on. YouTube provides all the elements. I can post as if I'm on Twitter. I can post a short as if I wanted to do a reel on Instagram. And I could do my video how I normally do my videos for YouTube. So it's like, I got all of them. I don't know what the fuck that is. I got all of it in one. Like I said, it's been a desire on my heart not to even. I give a fuck about social media. So the universe finally gave me that clarification, that confirmation to go ahead and be able to delete it. Thursday and Friday, it will be deleted. So if you ain't made your move by then, my boy ain't come and opened your fucking mouth, you done lost out. Because I told you, by Saturday, trying to be on a plane out the country. So like I said, see you guys in the next video. Bye.